I'm Eleanor Madigan, and I am doing a piece on technology. And for those of you who haven't come by and see what we've done with an Altoid mint tin can and turned it into an iPod charger. I've been interested in technology since I was very, very small. And my background is very securitist, like the rest of some of the ladies here. I started out as a math major. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I went to college, so I majored in math because that was my favorite subject. Then I found out that there weren't a lot of jobs for math majors. You had to become a teacher. And no offense, I just didn't want to do that. I did it, but I wanted to move on. So what did I do? I went back to graduate school and majored in math again. At that point, I had a wonderful mentor, and I wish for all of you that you have a mentor like I did, who said, you have got to get out of math, and computers are the way to go. You're interested in technology. You tinker, so you need to go to computer science. So I ended up with a PhD in computer science. At that point, I did continue teaching because I was in the midst of having family and all of that. But I started my own business. So I became a computer consultant, and I started and I also got this really cool job at a Radio Shack. I became the cable lady of Stuart, Florida. There wasn't a single man in that town who would come in and not ask for me. And the guys who trained me went, I can do that. No, we want to deal with her. I kept telling him I thought I was cuter than the rest of the guys. But the reality is I had those people skills because teaching did give me those. I had the ability, I knew the technology, and it worked out very well. Now, in the consulting side, what I've ended up doing was I write computer software systems. So I wrote systems for fruit juice brokers, Chiquita. I started out doing some stuff for art people. I wrote big systems tracking, accounting, worked for some economists doing, unfortunately, death benefits. A lot of interesting packages I've written over the past bunch of years. I started in computing. Actually, when I was 19, my first exposure was in 1969, and I wired a board. So I've seen that whole computing industry. It's been very exciting. I would encourage every one of you, if you don't major in a technology, minor in a technology. There's not a job in this country that doesn't use a computer. Your veterinarian is using a computer to track her animals. Your artist is using her computer for her website. Your lawyer's using a computer to go track out who are those criminals. There's nobody. Joanne uses her computer, Barulas from Schuylkill Vision uses her computer to promote the community. I work with emergency management right now. The other part to telling you about technology is, besides it's never boring, it's actually very women-friendly. There are some softer sides to this. Once I got past the systems work and all of that, as I grew in my career, I ended up becoming a certified project manager. And I spent 20 years doing project management work. 10 of those years I spent on the road. I would leave the house on Sunday night, fly to some part of the country or Canada or Germany, go and help my clients out, running projects, fixing projects, helping them out, facilitating new projects, all in technology, and then come home back on Thursday and then do it all over again the next week. It sounds glamorous and it sounds exciting, but I know every airport and every bathroom in this country. It is absolutely horrendously difficult to balance your whole life and around flying around the country. At some point in time, I decided that was enough. And luckily for me, Penn State knocked on my door and said, hey, would you like to come work for us? And I went, okay, what time does the bus leave? And I made my husband retire. We moved up here, and I was really excited because now I am teaching young people how to do all this cool stuff that I like to do. And I was talking to a gal just a few minutes ago, and she asked, what do my students do? Anything they want. I have a student at Dickinson Law School. He had a 4.0. He got into Dickinson. I chatted with him last night. He's doing extremely well. I have a student who's a project manager in a company in Philadelphia. I have a student who is a web designer. She's in Colorado. I have a student who is I've got 7 students in Extol here in Pottsville. They're Java developers. I have one in Delaware working for an educational system. It's what do you want to do? There's all kinds of areas. So if you're thinking, but I don't want to do that hardcore computer science, project management, I had to know my stuff, but I don't have to program a single piece of line of code. The web design's very cool, and also there's the business analyst piece. So I'm back there. You can talk to me about going to Penn State too. 1 in 127 people are in Penn State. I think I've met them all on the road. And if you're interested, come. I'll tell you what happened in Germany. Not only do we have rabid Penn State fans, there's rabid Appalachian State fans from North Carolina out there, and I've met all of them traveling. But consider technology again. If you're not interested in a major, you should do it as a minor. Everybody uses computers, and it's going to get even bigger. Thank you.